Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello my beautiful ninjas and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are all having an awesome day. For those of you who have recently subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for doing so. And for those of you who have yet to subscribe, make sure that you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and also make sure that you click that bell so you're always notified every time I upload a new video. But as you guys can tell by the title, this is going to be another worthy talk. Today's topic is going to be on how to be a happier person. So just pretty much just a couple tips that I wanted to mention to you, and just practical things that you can apply to your daily life just to help you to naturally become a happier person. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, and also make sure that you leave your comments down below if you have any other topics that you would like for me to discuss or talk about. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so I do have a couple of notes written down on my phone, as I usually do, just to keep my thoughts in the right direction and just to not miss anything pretty much. So the first tip when it comes to being a happier individual, and this is something that I myself have to practice on a daily basis so that I don't kind of like get in a rut. So the first tip, which I think is definitely one of the most important tips, is expressing gratitude to God or to the people that you have in your life in general. I think that gratitude and just being grateful in general definitely puts you in a happier place, just because when you think about all the goodness of God, when you think about all the good of what you have in your life and all the things that you've overcome, when you think about all the things that make you grateful, it definitely uplifts your mood and uplifts your spirit. And I think that when you're always speaking to people from a place of gratitude, or just doing things from that place, or just from that sacred place in general, I think that it definitely will help to overall make you a better person in general, and definitely make you a happier individual. And people will always want to be around you. That energy definitely transfers to other people, so you'll always attract really good people into your life if you're always just kind of like operating in the space of gratitude. When we think about all of those things that we have to be grateful for, I think that not only does it help to shift your perspective, but I think expressing the gratitude, not just knowing that you have a lot to be grateful for, but I think that it creates a greater energy when you express it on a daily basis. So making sure that in the morning, in the middle of the day, at night, whatever it is, that you express your gratitude to God, to the universe, whoever you believe in. You express your gratitude for the people that you have in your life, because a lot of times we take a lot of people for granted, and we take the things that we have for granted. I was just talking to my husband about it, that a lot of times we automatically assume or believe that we're going to see our loved ones the next day. But we're not in control of that. So making sure that when you have that moment with the people that you love most, that you express your gratitude for them and to them at all times. I think that that definitely will help you to be a happier individual. And like I mentioned, it will attract good people and good things into your life. So definitely make sure that you express gratitude today for everything that you have, everything that you've overcome, and just everything that you are in God. So that's definitely going to be the first tip when it comes to just becoming, or just being, an overall happier individual. Just make sure that you express gratitude as much as you can. So that's tip number one. The second tip that I want to mention to you guys that I think will definitely help you to just overall become a happier individual is to give. Give as much as you can, as often as you can. And I think for some of you, you may not find the correlation between being happy and giving, but I think that a lot of times we operate from a place of lack. Our mentality, the way that we live our lives, the way that we go about certain decisions that we make, I feel like we always operate sometimes from a place of lack. But when you operate from a place of abundance, so that you give, even though you feel like it's your last, you give abundantly and you give openly and willingly. I think that once you give, it helps you to shift your mindset, and it helps you to shift from operating from lack or not enough to abundance. And that's the reality of your life. That's the reality of who you are. You are abundant in God. So you never have to operate from a place of lack. Obviously, I'm not telling you to blow your whole life savings and just give it away, but the reality of it is that you have more than enough. You are more than enough. And I think that once you start to realize that, and you start to shift your mindset, and you start to change the way that you make decisions from a place of abundance versus lack, it becomes easier for you to give. And I think that ultimately it will help you to become a happier person, because you'll attract more into your life. The more that you're open and willing to give, the more will come to you. So I think that that's definitely another thing that will definitely help you to become a happier individual altogether. And that's what life is about, just helping, one another out, uplifting somebody, encouraging somebody, whether it's giving your time, your money, your energy, whatever it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be money at all times. That's not what I mean when I say giving. Just being willing and open to freely giving to another person. That's pretty much where I'm coming from. So that's another tip that I definitely would recommend, that I do believe will help you to become a happier person altogether. And then the third tip that I wanted to mention to you guys is going to be basically treating yourself. And when I say treat yourself, I don't mean buy things for yourself. That can be a part of it, but that's not the basis of what I'm saying. When I say treat yourself, I mean, a lot of times we focus so much on other people. We focus so much on what other people need, or what they want, or what will make them happy. And a lot of times we can neglect ourselves, whether it is buying yourself something nice, taking yourself out, cooking yourself a good meal, or just simply taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your heart, taking care of yourself in general. Treating yourself and just allowing that to be a practice in your daily life definitely will help you to become a happier individual, because you'll be able to find more value within yourself. When you spend time with yourself and you spend time doing things that I guess fills your cup up, you see, if that makes sense. I think I heard a quote, or I read something where it was like, everything that's in my cup is for me, and everything that spills over is for everyone else. It's basically the saying where they say, my cup filleth over, but I feel like whatever's in the cup should be reserved for you, because you're important as well. Because you can't be the best friend, the best mother, the best, sister. You can't be the best person that you can be to someone else until you actually take care of yourself. So I think that nowadays we are neglecting so much of ourselves. Until you get to a place where you fill your own cup up and you realize your own worth and your own value, it's going to be harder for you to actually sustain happiness. So definitely making sure that you take the time on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, just making sure that you tend to yourself and your own needs, and that you fill up your cup pretty much. So that's pretty much what I want to say with that. Just stop thinking so much about other people. It's great to have a heart of service and to want to do for other people, but at the same time, you can't be the best and you can't give them the best until you fill up your own cup and you're the best for yourself. So that's another tip that I definitely would recommend, that I think will help you to overall become a happier individual. So to sustain that happiness, that's what it's all about. And then the last tip that I wanted to mention to you guys is basically just doing the things that make you happy. And I know that this one sounds a little cliche, but the truth of the matter is, like I mentioned, a lot of us were so caught up online, and we're not present anymore. It seems like no one's really present. It's always social media and trying to look good and trying to get likes and this and that. And I feel like so many people are doing so many things to impress other people, because they think that that's what they have to do to impress other people. But I feel like because of that, we're not doing a lot of what makes us happy. And to find out what makes you happy, you have to know yourself. You have to pour into yourself. You have to spend time with yourself. You have to love yourself. So making sure that you spend just as much, not even just as much time, more time filling your own cup up, more time figuring out the things that you like, figuring out the things that make you happy, and just making sure that you do it. And it could be as simple as, if you love to cook, or if you love to bake, or if you love to write, if you love to read, if you love to paint, if you love to skate, if you love to whatever it is, just figuring out whatever it is that makes you feel the most childlike and just makes you feel the most fulfilled and happy, and just making sure that you do them more often. Because I think that the more you do the things that make you happy, the more you make time to do things that make you happy, the more you pour into yourself, the more value that you'll create within yourself, and the more confidence that you'll have in yourself. So definitely make sure that you take the time to do the things that make you happy as well. So that's the last tip that I wanted to mention to you. I think that definitely implementing and just recognizing where you are when it comes to these tips will help to shift your perspective and help you to see maybe where you are neglecting yourself or where you are lacking, and to help you to kind of change those things so that you can implement certain things to work towards the goal of whether it is finding happiness, understanding what makes you happy, or just sustaining happiness in general in your life. So I wish you guys luck in your journey. Of course, you can do this. You're powerful beyond measure. So I want you guys to believe that. So it's not just about social media and getting likes and all of that stuff. It's about pouring into yourself as well. And I want to help you guys to sustain your happiness, not just fake the happiness. So I hope that these tips helped you guys. If it did, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you leave your comments down below if you guys have any other, maybe types of videos that you guys would want to watch from me. Thank you so much again for watching. If you have yet to subscribe, make sure that you do click that subscribe button, and also click that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you again so much. Be safe, stay blessed, and remember to always, always treat yourself. Peace out.